All right, here we are. Title Tuesday in the house. Welcome, everybody. We are about to play in 8 minutes or so. Last week, I missed the first round because I was watching a game here. So let's try to not do that this week. I'm gonna try to make a conscious effort. All right, here we got Blitzstream against Matthew G. Blitzstream is a popular streamer from France, and he's actually streaming at the moment. Suppose it'd be disappointing if he wasn't streaming. Otherwise, his name should be Blitz No Stream. Okay, well, right now he's down a rook, but I don't know what happened. It's possible that he sacrificed the rook. Knight takes f7. Yeah. Looks like he's out of tricks. And for some reason, he's going to play this out. Okay. Let's check in another game. Well, we also are conscious of the time. We've got a Canadian IM. Who is this Canadian IM? Unknown. Hey, the Budapest Gambit. Something you don't see every day. I should investigate the Budapest Gambit. I don't think it's such a bad gambit. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the best way for white to respond to it is to give back the pawn. I'm actually going to write that down. I'm going to look into the Budapest. Might be worthwhile having as a defense to d4. I've been playing the Queen's Gambit. And of course, I play the modern. I haven't been really happy with the Queen's Gambit, although today I played a really nice game in the Queen's Gambit where I had a real nice kingside attack. I'll have to put that one up on my YouTube channel. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about this game. So, bishop c2. Looks like black is going to pick off a pawn here. Maybe rook c1 so that they can't take on b3 with the knight. Yeah, there you go. That's still not a good position for white. Black has all the advantage here. Maybe knight a4. Knight a4 drops bishop b3. Yeah, a4 makes sense. Secure that bishop, and then you can move the knight. Yeah, this looks pretty devastating. Knight e4. Knight c3. It looks like white's going to lose another pawn. Even rook b1. Ah, they've got a resource though. Nice idea. Rook g4 maybe. Ah, you can't take the bishop because of the back rank weaknesses. Rook d1 would have been checkmate. Yeah, this is just dead loss now. Pass pawns on the queen side, protected. At this point, personally, I would be resigning as white, but you never know. Anything can happen in blitz, I suppose. Well, white's putting up a fight. Now those now those pass pawns are going to roll. There's a check. Okay, so let's get back to the Title Tuesday screen. First round is going to start in less than a minute. So what are we in the mood tonight for? Do we want to play some Sokolsky, which is 1b4? Might throw in some Sokolsky. And might just stick with my bread and butter, e4. Best by test, according to the late Bobby Fischer. But even Fischer himself deviated during the 1972 Classic Championship match. All right, we face an IM first game. Awesome. From Azerbaijan. And what the hey, let's do the King's Gambit. Now, I just happened to play this line against a friend on the weekend, which I streamed. It's available on my Twitch channel. He's also a fellow maritimer. And I believe I'm playing it correctly. I did not play it correctly against my friend. Now, I could take the two bishops. Not yet. probably should play knight e5 at some point. That was a good time. I was thinking about getting knight e4 in, but maybe I'll just take the bishop on d5. I feel like I haven't played this properly. I shouldn't say that. I'm playing it a lot better than I did against my friend on the weekend, but yeah, I was curious about that move. Anyway, let's finally address that. Now, do I have knight d7? Bishop takes... That's interesting. Knight d7, bishop takes d4, king h1. Where does the queen go? Queen b2. Yeah, that doesn't look good, so... Let's just throw this here. I gotta be careful. There we go. That's important. Break that pin so that I can play d5. I take on f7, then play queen takes h7. Is that too ambitious? Looks interesting. Okay, better not. Ah, I should play rook c1. What am I doing? I'm imploding. That's what happens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to win this, so that's too bad. I think I had some chances there. I think I really had some chances, especially since I was up on the clock. So here, what's the evaluation here? Oh, no, not here. I'm down a rook at this point. Here. Yeah, this is pretty level. I don't think I handled this all that well. Yeah, maybe rook c1 here, but then what happens if he does that like he did in the game? Yeah, maybe I should have tried rook c7. Might have been a better try. Idea being that if he takes, then I get a queen, right? All right. Well, that was fun. What games are left? Ah, Grishuk. And looks like Grishuk is going to take this one. Eric Rosen has the black pieces. It looks like a dead draw on rook endgame. I love how these guys play this, play these things out, hold up the entire tournament. Everybody appreciates that. Yeah, people in the chat are chirping about this. Finally, the draw is there. That should be the end of round number 1. Alrighty. And we have another IM, this time from Ukraine. Okay, Mr. Ukraine, it's your turn to play. I'm feeling like some Sicilian tonight. Been working on my Sicilian. This is not a line that I've been working on. Well, I could take on g2, but is that just suicide? Or is that a healthy pawn? Yeah, I suppose that they get the file after that. So I'm not going to bother. I probably should have played rook g5, that last move. I don't know what to do now. Maybe try to trade the dark squared bishop. I don't think I can allow f5. I should play bishop f8. He's got rook d8. Okay. Aha! That doesn't do anything. All right. Yeah, that was a bit of a stinker. Got outclassed on that one. So what if I played just a second here? Yeah, so I don't want to allow f5. So I thought f5 myself. Okay, engine says I'm already lost at this point. I thought maybe I could go here because then I'd be threatening rook h6. But I guess that actually isn't much of a threat. I'm curious what the engine wanted me to do here. I mean, does it really want me to play h6? That's what it looks like. I was really concerned about this, though. Well, I suppose I'm not obligated to take. I suppose I could do this, right? Do I have time for this? Oh, it's still giving a 1.0. I mean, maybe it just wants me to take. That's what it looks like. I thought once I had a3 and I was doing well. I don't know if my position was promising, but I thought I'm in the game here. Yeah, I just didn't have, wasn't sure what to do at this point. Was not sure what to do. I mean, I've got pressure on the c-file, but it's easily parried. Maybe bishop to b. Oh, okay. Maybe bishop b4. Although maybe they can actually sack the exchange here. Because they are threatening to sack the queen. Although Engine's giving that a 0-0. Maybe just here? Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to play bishop c3, but it looks like I wasn't going to be able to achieve that. So what else could I have tried here? It's unfortunate that the queen has access to that square. I can't quite seem to stop that. I don't know, maybe just try to relieve some of the pressure on the d-file? Trade a pair of rooks. Yeah, I made a mistake by not getting this guy in the game when I had the chance. So at this point, in fact, I think they made a slight, oh no, okay, yeah, here. I should play rook to g5 right away, so that my rook is not entombed. Yeah, this would have been a better approach. Okay. Well, what can I say? I lost to an IM. It's kind of what's supposed to happen. All right, so this should be a... Oh, white one on time. Ouch. Draw an endgame. All right. Who do we have in round number 3? Good night kiss. Who is 4-1 with 4 draws against me. So let's try to fix that. What have I been doing? Yeah, I've been playing this bishop e2 stuff. After reading Nigel Short's book called Winning, he plays this line. Now, I think I can do this and then play knight d5, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I go knight d5 anyway, or do I take? Actually, I think I take here. Okay. I don't know whether to take that or... I probably am committed to taking it now. just trying to get the tempo on that bishop. I mean, I do have a slight lead in development. So that's one thing I have going for me. Okay, so my opponent wants to tactically deal with that. So let's just secure my bishop and also clamp down a little bit on the d5 square, although I suppose my opponent could play d5 here. If they do, can I play f3, d5, f3, takes on c4, takes on c4? That's probably okay for me. The only thing about this line that sucks is that the knight on b3 is often a bad piece. Okay, so let's get another tempo. I really don't want to play bishop takes c6. Well, if I am going to play that move, I want to get another tempo. All about the tempo. Okay, so now I could consider that. That would be okay. Because I get another tempo. And then I'm going to be able to play b4. I do have a passed pawn. Ooh, I'm not going to be able to play b4. Missed that move. Okay, let's play queen d2. With the idea of playing b4. Of course, our opponent does not cooperate. But I'm going to get knight c6 in here, I think. Knight c6 is going to hit b8. Oh, I think this just wins a piece, right? Yeah, I'm winning the piece on e7. As long as I don't Aaron it up. Should be fine. All right. I almost aired it up, but that was pretty good. I felt pretty much in command for the majority of that game. Felt like I was dictating the play. Okay, so did I play this correctly? Takes. Okay, the evaluation went down a little bit. What else? I mean, I was looking at playing knight d5 as a possibility, but if I play knight d5, I think they just take here. Unless the engine wants me to play f3. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Bishop f3, perhaps? Oh, geez, I wonder... no, I don't have knight a5, because the queen is on that square. What other moves come to mind? Well, let's just throw that in for a second. Yeah, it looks like that's the move it wants to play. So what happens here? Yeah, this is, I guess, not good for black. We just got to find out why. Why is this not good? Is it going to be something similar to the game? Interesting, it doesn't like that. It's given white a 1.2 advantage. That's pretty big at this point in the game. Bishop f3, perhaps? Okay, it doesn't hate that. It feels like there's a stronger move. Queen d3, perhaps? Oh, doesn't matter. All right, let's go with the Sokolsky. We haven't played one of those yet. This is our third white. And we've played 2 e4 games, so let's try stirring it up with the orangutan. Okay, that's a tricky move. Bishop to a5. That's a tricky move. I gotta be careful here. Now, if I go queen c2, yeah, probably not yet. Yeah, h5 is coming, so I feel like I've got to play e4 right away. Otherwise he's going to dislodge my knight. Bam! Bam! Okay, that doesn't change anything. Bam! So now we're up a piece. Let's see, takes, and bishop there. All right. Excellent. 2 out of 4. That's really good for me. That's the best I've had. I don't think I've ever done better than 2 out of 4 as a start. So 2 out of 4 is a really good start. Yeah, that's the thing about this line. I like this line when black goes e5 and takes on b4 because you get a really nice center here. And I played bishop takes knight here, and the idea is that you want to take this knight before black has had the chance to play knight b to d7, because in that way they can take back with a knight. So it does look a little silly to give up that bishop, but you basically get this nice little pawn center. So that was awesome. Glad that I didn't mess that one up. So 2 out of 4. Let's watch Daniel Naroditsky, who is streaming. Naroditsky has the black pieces, and it looks like he's got things under control. That's quite a pawn chain he's got. 5 pawns, all lined up. Rook c7, and then just take the pawn on c6. Well, that works pretty good too. Winning the rook. Okay. Ooh, bishop of opposite color endgame. It's gonna be tricky though. Those are 2 pass pawns, but black unfortunately cannot prevent white from sacking his bishop for both of those pawns, because the minute he goes king c5, that's what happens. He loses the other one. So yeah, this is just a draw. And who do we want to watch here now? How about Mr. Grishuk? Grishuk with white. Looks like a fairly level game. Maybe white optically looks better, but yeah, this is probably just going to fizzle into a draw. Let's Grizzstruck. He was able to win a pawn. Well, now that changes everything. I just realized that the opponent's their time. They're both short of time. Yeah, well, provided Grizzstruck doesn't lose on time, this should be fairly straightforward. Building a bridge. Très bien. Okay, who else do we got here? Max Lato. I think I've played that person before. This is a very interesting endgame. Apparently the engine is giving this as equals. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this endgame before. I certainly wouldn't want to defend it. Because just like that queen, you just never know. That nasty queen. Alright, no, that's a draw. The other games. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, looks like this is going to be a draw as well. And that's it for round 4, so we're on a break. Let me bring the timer up. And I will go use the facilities while we're on break. So, right back, folks. Alrighty, so round's going to start in a little over a minute. We're off to a good start. 2 out of 4. Winning the last 2. So we lost the first 2. First game was a really good game. I thought I was doing well, and then I kind of buckled under the pressure. Second game was a bit of a stinker, and I've been able to win the last 2. So we're on 2 out of 4. And let's see, no Magnus this time, and no Hikaru, and who else is missing? Fabiano. Maybe there's a big tournament going on. I haven't been following the latest in the Super GM level. All right, Tony Chess. Played Tony Chess before. And I know I played the Sicilian first game, but I'd be okay with, the very solid Najdorf Scandinavian. Now maybe I am threatening to take that A pawn. No, because then he'd have knight takes C5. Also, bishop takes B7 would be rather unpleasant. Okay, so white has the 2 bishops, but that's not uncommon in the Scandi. Do I play rook D8? Yeah, let's do that. And if he goes bishop G5, I'll break the pin with bishop E7. That's a possible move. Of course, my opponent is strong enough to see that. What am I going to do here? I could play C4, but then they're going to play D4. Maybe just knight D5 to trade some pieces. Knight D5. Yeah, I think that's logical. I think I just realized that I made a mistake there. I'm able to correct the mistake. I think taking with a rook would have been trouble. Ah, so I am losing material. Damn it. Yeah. Looks like Tony's gonna get me again. All right, that's too bad. Yeah, right idea, knight d5, but I saw this, my original calculation. This is what I didn't like, because now once the rook leaves, queen takes knight. But I think I could have taken on g5 first. I did not consider this idea. For some reason, I thought that was bad, but of course, if they take here, I'm taking here. Everything is fine. So that's unfortunate. That's kind of just... yeah, to lose that way is... It's discouraging. Yeah, this is just losing material. So at the end there, this is a very unfortunate pin. He's got two guys on the queen, and he's also attacking the rook. So yeah, I'm just going to lose a lot of material there. I had the right idea in terms of trading, even though Engine is giving black a slightly favored. I bet you knight c6 would have been a better try to go into d4. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I hate when I implode like that. Don't mind losing a game, but at least make the person earn it. I think we all have been there before. Ooh. What's happening here? GM Jospin is in trouble, down a piece. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get the piece back because White's going to double up. Oh, I stand corrected. Well, they're up a million pawns. Still a bit of work to do, though. Push the other pawn. Yeah, move the bishop out of the way and then push the pawn. And that should do it for black. Black is just trying to flag. Nicely done by White. Very nice. I'm glad that White didn't flag there. Would have been unfortunate. Let's check in with King Hunter. WFM from the States. Up against an FM. What's going on here? The FM is just rubbing it in because white is not resigning. Wow, that's very childish. You know, there's no law that says you have to resign when you're in a lost position. I mean, there's an etiquette, but I've always felt etiquette is even etiquettes are rather subjective, depending on your culture and I mean how you were brought up by a chess teacher too. Well, chess teachers say never resign. Well, I'm pretty sure black's got enough pawns to win this. Very good. So that was the end of round 5. Let's go on to round number 6. And we have another game with the white pieces. Let's try e4. Here, third e4. We had a nice win with the Sokolsky last time. We'll bring out the Sokolsky again before the knight is done. Let's play a4. Oh yeah, this could be that, what do they call that? The black lion stuff. Seems to be all the rage. I like to fianchetto so that they don't have that option. It's a very aggressive system though. Black lion. Be a little careful though. My bishop on e3 is undefended. I think I'm okay here though. All right, so what's going on here? Yeah, I want to defend that before I get into some trouble. All right, let's open up the F file. Gain some space. Trying to get them to create a hole on either b5 or d5. Okay, let's go here and then I'm going to play knight to g3. Where I'll be eyeing the f5 square. Yeah, maybe I want to play bishop g5 as well. Or even g5 itself. hitting the knight. Very sneaky. Very sneaky. So am I going to lose d5? That's unfortunate. Can I save d5? Doesn't look like it. I can go bishop f4, then they have bishop d6. Well, I suppose that could be advantageous to trade off those bishops. Okay, so queen takes d5, then I can play queen g5. And what's going on here? Ah, he's got knight e6. Knight e6, okay. Can I play... Let's get the rook involved. Now knight e7 is a threat. Well, looks like I got to play this move. I don't think I have a move here. Could play for the draw. Ah, he doesn't want to play for a draw, of course. Why would he? I think he can just take the knight. Oh, pity. Did I have anything there? I couldn't find anything there, but I thought I was doing okay here. Yeah, I guess I didn't. See, the thing is, if let's say they do something silly, like I don't know, bishop. Well, that actually wouldn't be silly. I don't know, just for the sake of making a move. That move. Well, I had this. This was a threat. No, sorry. Of course, a checkmate. So the queen can't move. wonder what would have happened if queen f6. Do I have anything? Probably just taking. Okay, so I dropped a pawn because my knight on g3 was loose. So let's see. So g4, rook. Yeah, knight g3 I think was a little loose. I needed to address the knight on f6. Probably bishop g5 or play g5 myself, but that's okay. We'll live to fight another day. Here we can open up the D file. Well, I don't know if I want to play f5 here. Is that risky? It is risky. Maybe we can get them to play f3. Can I play e5 now? That's interesting. Looking at f2. It's going to play queen b4, but then there's rook c4. So maybe I don't like this check. What if I just go over here? And on queen h6, I'll just go rook, king g8 rather. Yeah, screwed that one up because of time trouble. Nicely done by my opponent. Yeah, queen endgames are tricky. And of course, I'm completely winning here. It did get a little tricky here. Yeah, that gave it away. So how could I have saved it? Ah, just bishop d7. Because if they go here, I've got it covered. Yeah. Bugger. Oh well, we got half a point, so 2.5 out of 5 is pretty good. Or, no, wait a minute now. We're not 2.5 out of 5, we're 2.5 out of 7. Is that right? We've played 7 games? Wow. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, 2.5 out of 7. And we're going to go to round number 8. FM from Ecuador. Oh, that gives up a pawn. Why did I think that was okay? Ah, because when I looked at it, my queen was still holding on to e5. Yeah. All right. Well, it's only a pawn. So I'm going to go rook d8. He's going to go e5. Is that the idea? think I have to. Now I'm wondering, can I play... Does b5 do anything? Probably, or yeah, b4? Probably not, huh? Well, let's mix it up. See what happens. He takes on f6. I think I have to take back with the pawn. All right, let's go for this. Just f4. I'm just playing bad now. Yeah. Yeah, the position here is 0.3. So yeah, knight g4 just was a little too ambitious. The other move that I was considering was knight d5. Yeah, Engine didn't care for that either, because, yeah, I thought it allowed him to take here, and then my king is really weak. So what alternative did I have? Is it like, do I have to take on d6? Maybe castles? It looks like castling might be alright. What else could I have tried? Yeah, I haven't played this line that much. Let's see what it wants to do. Yeah, it wants to take on d6. I mean, I'm down a pawn and there's a monster on d6, but I guess the thinking is that I'll be able to blockade it and maybe I can generate some play. I don't know. Yeah, this bishop f4 always throws me off how to deal with it. Here. Okay, so that wasn't good. So that was fine. So the idea is that if white takes here, then I'm going to play knight takes e4 because the knight is pinned. But did black have something even better? What about just knight b4 maybe? been okay. Actually, maybe I can play e5 here. So I can e5 and combine it with knight b4. Engine seems to think that there's a move here. I mean, the other alternative would be knight e5. Yeah, it looks like that's what it wants to do. So it takes, and I would think it would be takes this way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Because I'm either going to have a knight there or my pawn. So maybe they should have gone for something like this. All right. Anyway, so we're on 2.5 out of 8. Yeah, looks like we're on break time. Oh, thought all the games were done. Oh, there's one more game. White cannot trade the rooks because he's got the bishop and the pawn of the opposite of the wrong color, rather. Pawn needs to, the queening square for the pawn needs to be the same color as the bishop. But looks like white is figuring out how to win this. And that'll do it. Okay, so we should be on break now. And we are. All right, back in a bit. Alrighty, 30 some seconds left, then we'll be all set for round number 9. Let's make these 3 next ones competitive. Alright, I did say I was going to play another Sokolsky, so... Oh, somebody from Bosnia. Or at least they're set to be from Bosnia. Alright, slightly different than the first Sokolsky we had. It's kind of like a King's Indian now. Yeah, you always got to be careful when your opponent's pieces are lined up opposite your queen. So let's see, let's take here. Play check. Hey Zor, how are you? And then this will win the queen, so that should be it. Yep. Alright, so nice fast one. Yeah, so anytime your opponent lines up rook with the queen, and even when things are not open, you always have to be conscious of the fact that they could open up. So this, after here, I think they had to move the bishop back, but even then, it's not a great position. I think I could even take here because I'm hitting the queen. So maybe queen c7 is not so great there. Maybe they can play rook here. was planning on putting the bishop on there, maybe rook d1, trying to get in d5. The problem is black hasn't started any kingside advance. All right, well, that's a nice quick win, so hopefully that means we'll get a stronger opponent than us next round. In the meantime, let's check in with the action in the tournament. Daniel Naroditsky against Liam Lequan. Is it Lequan Liam or Liam? Anyway, Vietnamese Grandmaster. Interesting. Didn't take on b3. Why is that? Ah, because the knight on e5 would have been loose. Maybe d5 or d4 here. I thought d4 would have been all right there. d4 and c5. Get a pass pawn. I can see the hesitancy with d4 because the bishop on h7 could go to c2. Protect that pawn. That's probably why Daniel took the pawn. So he's relying on the pin on the c file. Yeah, unfortunately, the Vietnamese Grandmaster looks to be a step ahead. So Daniel's going to lose this one. Let's tune in to Dubov. The white pieces against Jospin. Jospin is opening up the H file. Engine is showing it's still fairly level though. How to make progress. Rook h5. I was thinking rook h5 and try to get the queen on h8, but I guess that wouldn't have done much anyway because white has enough defensive resources around the king. Black has the two bishops, but it's a locked position, so that's less of a factor. Oh, that is a mistake, apparently. Yes. Yes, that's a big mistake. White is going to lose that one. Dubov, unfortunately. Oh, Fabi is playing. I didn't see him earlier. And what is Fabi's score? For some reason, it's not showing up. What is Fabi's score? 6.5 out of 9. Okay, that seems to be a little low for him. Who do we want to watch here? How about this bean screen? I think I've played this person before. And unfortunately, bean screen, you've been checkmated. white is winning because the black king is cut off. The black king needs to be in front of the pawn right here. The rook by itself cannot stop white's onslaught. Nicely converted by white. All right, one last game. Bishops of opposite color. White is down 3 pawns, but it won't matter. Or will it? No, they're going to hold this. White is going to hold this. Just play bishop f5 and probably can just go back and forth with the king. Okay, let's agree to a draw, folks, so that the rest of the tournament can continue. That would be nice. Yeah, one thing I wish that chess.com would do, and of course it would require all the participants to agree, but in situations like this, they should have an arbiter that says, okay, this is a draw. Let's get the tournament going. Because you get, 2 people that hold up the whole tournament. And, yeah, there's people in the chat that aren't too happy. Okay, so it looks like black has made progress because black has won a piece. Unfortunately, the bishop and the pawn, wrong color. The queening square has to be the same color as the bishop. In this case, it's not. So black is not going to be able to evict the king from the corner. And hallelujah, they finally agreed to a draw. So round 10 coming up. And last game was a Sokolsky, so let's play good old e4. We've had 2 Sokolskys. And this is now our second Sicilian, different variation. We had an open Sicilian earlier. Okay, now can I play knight h4, knight f5? I guess the knight is going here. Is that what black is thinking? Let's go bishop a3. See if we can provoke b6. Okay, so now I'm wondering if I can play knight h4. So now I've got knight f5. All right, so we're going to lose some time here because opponent is getting their knight in a nice square, but hoping to be able to play c3. Actually, maybe I should have played knight e3 there. Yeah, that would have been better. Then I could have left my queen on g4. Okay. So that's fine. Okay, it's fine with me. And let's take that bishop. And we'll play knight versus bishop. Good knight versus bad bishop. Probably got to come here. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah, now I need to get a file open. Aha, they have the same idea. All right, well, now we have an open file that both of us can try to utilize. Ah! Shoot, I think I had something there. I'm not sure if this tactic actually worked. So my idea was that if they take here, I take here. But of course they can still take because this isn't mate. They have queen blocks. So I guess that didn't quite pan out. Yeah, this does look better for white. Engine approves. Maybe I just double up. No, no, it doesn't like double up. So what am I missing? There must be a tactic. There must be a tactic. mean, is it as simple as just taking the pawn? No, it doesn't like that. What the hell am I missing? What move am I missing? What are you going to tell me, engine? G3, rook f3, then queen h3. So g3. Okay, that makes sense. Get some squares. And then pin the other rook. And then I might be able to gang up on the e-pawn. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's too bad. My eye was watering too. But up until this point, yeah, I think it's fairly level. But you can see, like, his bishop really didn't participate. So it was good bishop, bad bishop versus good knight. But even still, it's wasn't enough to give me an advantage. It was only at the end when he made a few inaccuracies that the engine changed the evaluation. All right, draw by the 50 move rule. So one more game left, one more round. We're at 3.5. And the beauty about this position for white is he can even give up his rook. Because black, if they took the rook the previous move, white is going to queen. Yeah, so the FM here is purely trying to flag our Australian player. Oh, rook check, yes! And now black should lose. Which seems fitting. Just don't lose on time. Eventually, they're going to run out of checks because they'll run out of board. Oh, it's a draw now. Oh, he gave up a draw. He's got a perpetual. Oh, my apologies. White was the FM. Black was the Australian. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting tired. That's my excuse. Okay, last round against somebody from Catalonia. FM. Have we played them before? Ah, we have. They have beat us before. All right, let's finish it off with a Scandi. Our second Scandi of the night. I can never remember this. Do I castle first or do I play e5? This always trips me up. E5, c4, check. No, something tells me it's castles. Okay, so now let's take and 95 or 94. Let's try 95. One of these days I'm going to have to remember how this line goes. I'll check it again, and I'm sure I'll forget again next time it comes up. Oh, interesting. Why can't I take on B2? First of all, can I just take on F3? No, I don't think I want to do that. Take on B2, bishop D4, queen check, bishop C3, check, check. Then I could take on C4. Okay, what's your idea, my friend? What's the big idea? Show me the big idea. Let's mess up your pawn structure. Because if you take with the queen, okay. So you're just trying to play for compensation. They can grab the A7 pawn if they want. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Probably should develop the rest of our pieces. I could play queen g6 to trade the queens off. This king's a little weak too, though. So let's see if we can maybe put some pressure on their king. B6 is a nasty threat. Okay. And let's just try to win the pawn. Okay. I'm really not happy about having to play that move, but all right, excellent. Well, we tried to mess that one up, but we were not able to get enough threats. Yeah, I was a little concerned about my back rank, but I guess they only have one check here. And they don't have time for something like this. Alrighty, well, we finished with 4.5. I think we took down, let's see, who do we take down? I think we took down a 2400. Let's have a look here. We took down another National Master from the US who we've played before and have had trouble. And we took down a 2400 CM. And we threw some away, and we had this one was won against another National Master. That one, they did a good job of securing the draw. We beat a CM, and then we beat an FM at 2400, so not the worst day. Not a bad tournament. So I think that's going to be it for me. So thank you everybody who tuned in. I'll turn the emote only chat off. I am going to be unavailable for the next week and a bit. So the next planned stream will be on the 4th, November 4th. Maybe I'll be able to get a stream in before then, but the plan is for the 4th. So hopefully we'll be able to see you then. Bye-bye.